So I try and take some of the feedback that y'all give me on my videos. One of them was on my 500 subscriber video. Y'all give me a lot of viewer requests. I've been asked this a couple of times. I figured I'd go ahead and make a video on it since I have some time. But this particular person, his name is Josh Purvis, or at least his YouTube account is. Thank you for asking the question, Josh. He asked specifically kind of like how I price mowers, what I look at, I guess, when I'm fixing them parts-wise, kind of knowing what I might need, as well as, you know, how I guess, get my parts and pretty much overall keep costs down. So thank you, Josh. I pulled out a few mowers here just to kind of give an example of, I guess, just kind of how I price them and what I have them priced at and what I typically get for them. So pricing-wise, I usually try and price them about $10 to $20 over what I actually want to get for the mowers, but don't want to price myself out of the market. And I take everything into consideration, from condition to what works, what doesn't, age, deck size, big wheels. I mean, I take all that into consideration, bags, etc., what I had to do to get them fixed, what I've sold previously, for what kind of money, at what time of year. So a lot of things, considerations I use. So I'll just go real quickly through these examples, although it'll probably take me a few minutes. And hope this is helpful to y'all. I'll also show you kind of one trick that I do to keep my parts costs down as well. Typically, I tell a lot of people that I give about $10 to $20 on trade for mowers. I've given upwards of $80 before on trade for really, really nice mowers that I know I'm going to, you know, double my money on most likely. So keep that in mind. Don't just try and get free mowers. Free mowers are great. I'm not going to discourage that at all. But there's a lot of fish in the pond trying to get free mowers, and I don't really try and go that route. Try and give them a little bit off on trade. Usually I'll just give them all full price, and so it's almost like I'm getting the mower for free anyways, because I'm getting almost what I want for the one I'm selling them. So the first one here, I mean, I got quite a few big wheel ones out. I just pulled a few out just to kind of show you different examples. So the first one here is a Bolens. I mean, I've done videos on all these as well. It's a 22-inch Bolens, just a basic push mower that you would have found at Lowe's in probably the early 2000s. When it came to me, this was the one that had the coil problem. I saw it. I always check whenever I'm trying to trade mowers to see if the mower has compression. If it does, 90% of the time it's salvageable, especially with the parts and whatnot that I have. One thing I would recommend parts-wise is, if you get a blown-up engine or whatever, keep every part that you think is going to be useful, from gas tanks to engine covers to, if the air filter's good, I mean, primer bulb's good, keep that. Exhaust, spark plug. Try to reuse as much as you can, because, you know, doing things like putting new spark plugs in if they don't need new spark plugs can really add up if you're not careful. So like I said, if it needs new spark plugs, if it needs new this, new that, do it. But I just try and do all the necessary maintenance, and 99% of the time it does what I need it to do, and that helps me keep my prices down and helps me keep my mowers moving as well. So just keep that in mind. And so, like I said, the first one, big wheel Bolens. Usually standard big wheel push mowers I'm going to get $60 for, especially in this condition. You know, an average condition mower, $60 of this age, considering that this has a little bit more rust around the deck on the bottom, and also considering that I don't have the safety cable on it. I'll usually price it down a little bit, because I've had this one priced for a few weeks at $60 and I haven't had any movement. If I was at home during the week, not just only on the weekends, then this mower probably would have sold already. But this one was more likely a $50 mower. So if I let it go for $50, if I let it go for $45, I'd be good. You know, just a basic side discharge push mower. Runs just fine, smokes a little bit, because whoever had it ran without an air filter for a long time, if you've seen that video. The next one here, these are two very similar mowers, but they're two different ones. they're different in aspects. They're the same, they're similar but different. As you can see, this one right here would accept a bag. This one doesn't. This one's got a Tecumseh engine. This one has a Briggs engine. This one, the self-propel was not good on. This one, the self-propel works fine. So given that, what I usually do, again, big wheel mower. This is kind of like a premium big wheel mower is what I'd call them. That's what I'd call basic big wheel mower. Craftsman usually bring a little bit more money than the Bolens. So base price on this one, I would, even with the self-propel not working, which I made sure to close this gap, and another part of it is I was try to be resourceful and use what I have here. So I took what used to be the kind of the plastic covers for the self-propel gears here that I'm no longer using, and I actually used that, put a couple of screws in to protect, be able to get your whole fist in, because you're not going to be able to catch the blade with your finger with where that is, or you're going to have to really be trying to cut your blade with the finger, or cut your finger with the blade. So, a mower like this I've fixed up. I've sold a couple of these that I've done the same thing to a few years ago. I got $80 a piece for them. So, I'm looking probably, since this one they were in a little bit nicer condition, the ones that I sold previously. So this one's got a little bit of rust on it. I probably will price it around $70 because it's a heavier mower, which is why I kind of took the self-propel mechanism off. But still in great condition, apart from that rust there. So I might start at 80. I'll probably list it at 70 and should get 60 for it. So, and I put a new pull rope in this one, primer bulb, air filter, and had to patch up the air filter cover. So it's not a perfect mower, but it runs good. Will do the job for whoever wants it. Briggs engines versus Tecumseh engines, I'll usually ask a little bit more money if it has a Briggs engine, or I'll put it this way, I'll ask probably a little bit less money if it has a Tecumseh engine on it, because Tecumsehs are good when they run. I've never seen one blown up before, so they're good in that aspect. The Briggs are pretty tough, and they're a little bit more reliable than the Tecumsehs, especially if I have a fuel delivery issue or a carburetor that seems like it's on the fritz, and I clean it, it works one day and it doesn't work the next. So for reliability purposes, I price these a little bit less. But this one, the self-propel, does work. Everything works on it fine. The mower runs great. So given that, this mower is, again, in average shape. It was really dirty when I got it. It's also just maybe a couple years older than the one that the self-propel doesn't work on. 6.5 horse engine. I had to put a new air filter. Sometimes I have to put new carburetors on these. You can get them for less than $10, and that's the easy and foolproof way of making sure that Tecumsehs get fixed. So have had good luck with that. Replace whatever else is needed. But so I'd ask $100 for this mower. If I had to put a $10 carburetor on it, the air filter costs maybe $2. Whenever the way that I buy them in bulk. So I'd have $12 in parts. I gave $20 on trade for this. I usually give, like that mower, I'd probably give $10 on trade. And these two, I gave $20 on trade, just because I'm trying to get stuff moving. Just because I know I'm going to price them anywhere between $70 to $100. Make my money back. If I get another trade, I just compound it. So take trades, definitely. And I know that I'm going to have less than $15 in parts, and at the very least, I'm going to have a good deck. So I take that into consideration as well. For the new mowers, I think a little bit differently, because I am essentially competing with Walmart when it comes to these mowers. I'm just trying to make them, price them, make them attractive, price them accordingly, because they are basically brand new. They are not brand new. You will not get retail for them. Don't try. Otherwise, you're going to be stuck with them forever. What I usually do, I price them about $60 below retail. Anywhere between $40 and $60, sometimes a little bit more, depending on the age and condition when I get them. Some of them are in really rough condition, but given these two, they're basically brand new. The snapper is brand new, never been used to cut grass. The Hyper Toughs, I check Walmart prices to see what the 2018 models are going for, since it's all the 2017s, and which are basically the same thing, except for, you know, minor changes most of the time. So the Hyper Toughs, I usually price, I use Craigslist, Facebook. Haven't really gotten into OfferUp yet. Facebook's been doing well for me so far. I've tried it this year. I sold it exclusively on Craigslist last year, and it worked pretty well. Facebook is actually outpacing Craigslist this year for whatever reason. However, people like to lowball like crazy on Facebook. I don't really get as many lowballers on Craigslist. You're going to respond to a lot of unanswered messages on Facebook, or you're going to get a lot of messages that go unanswered on Facebook. So you're going to spend maybe a little bit more time messaging, although the posting on Facebook's a little bit quicker than Craigslist. The Hyper Toughs sell at Walmart for $138. I asked anywhere between $80 and $90 for them. The snappers are $258. I usually start them at about $220, $225 for those front wheel drives. Now, when I had the rear wheel drives last year and the big wheel front wheel drives with the larger engines on them, those are more in the $250 range. So I hope that is kind of informative. And again, the big thing parts wise to try and keep your costs down is to buy in bulk. Like, I buy air filters in bulk. You get them for about $2 a piece online. The paper ones, the foam ones, for the Briggs, I can usually get, you know, $1 for $1 a piece. I'll take you up to my work closet. I got them out. Just kind of show you what I try and keep in stock almost all the time. And so I got Tecumseh primer bulbs here, which I can get out real quick just to kind of show y'all. And I buy them, you can get them on eBay, free shipping for 10-pack, like Tecumseh primer bulbs, Briggs primer bulbs. You can kind of save money by only getting one kind. Like Quantum engines have a hole that goes to their primer bulb, but they will also accept the ones that will go on like a classic engine that don't have the hole in it. Tecumseh air filters, I try and buy 5 or 10 at a time. Try and buy these about 10, 20 at a time, these foam air filters, because you'll need them a lot. And then the paper air filters, again, try and buy 10 at a time. Carb diaphragms. I buy, 10, 20 at a time, just because almost every classic engine that comes in needs one. So that's kind of the gist of what I do. And I hope that that's informative to a lot of y'all that are trying to maybe do lawnmower repair. Hopefully you aren't competing with me, but happy to give y'all the help. Again, if y'all have any more video requests, I'll try and get them in. But I think I've pretty much got almost everything covered in my over 100 videos I've got on my channel now, so you can just kind of sort through what I have, and you probably will find what you need. But I just kind of wanted to make a video that encapsulated everything, kind of more in detail about how I price and what I try and get for them on trade, and just kind of the whole process that I do. So I hope y'all found this informative. Thank y'all for watching. April's really getting going here. It's time to sell, so best of luck to those who are selling mowers, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video.